Hey guys, Tonic here, and today I'm going to be doing another small camp challenge. A few days ago, Bethesda released this new lookout bundle in the Atomic Shop. It came with a new sap collector and an outfit, but it also came with this awesome treehouse prefab. Now the interior is pretty small, it's only about 1.5 foundations long, but I really like the way it looks. So I thought that maybe I could turn this into another tiny, fully functional camp that would have everything I need to play the game. It's going to need a cooking station, a tinker's workbench, chemistry station, an armor workbench, and a weapon workbench. Then of course it's going to need a power generator, a vendor, a bed, a water purifier, and a stash box, scrap box, and the new ammo box. And then lastly, it's going to need tons of floor decor and wall decor to make it feel cozy. So I need to fit all of this stuff in and around the treehouse so it stays as a tiny camp. It's going to be extremely tight, but I think it'll be neat in the end. So this is the location that we are going to use to build the camp, and it has one of my favorite views in the game. It's right near Relay Tower EMB127, and this camp location has an awesome view of this river running through the area, and it has some NPCs that spawn down on that rock. Now usually when I build here, I build right on the rock so it's flat with the treehouse, but we need to place it on some dirt so it's going to go right up on this little hill at the top of this mountain. Now right away with this build, I tried to figure out how I'm going to place all of this stuff in here. There really isn't much room at all, so there's going to be tons of merging involved with this one, and the first merge I wanted to try is getting a tinker's workbench inside of this Wavy Willard's bunk bed. That way we can save on some space and get some dual functionality. And also with this build, I really want to make sure that everything works. I don't want to try crafting something and not be able to access the workbench or get stuck in it or anything like that, so this all seemed to be working and it fit almost perfectly inside the treehouse. Also, I did want to try and patch up some of the holes inside of the treehouse with some wall decor to make it feel more cluttered and to make it look like a scavenger just built this treehouse out of some random things that they found in the wasteland. But for the next merge, I did want to try and fit the armor workbench with the chemistry station for the back of the treehouse. So I ended up placing down the chemistry station and I measured where I'd have to do the merge with the armor workbench to get the length perfect. And then I decided to try and throw the special loadout machine in there as well so I could try and save on some more space. And once I placed everything, I wanted to quickly check just to make sure that everything still worked, and luckily we had no issues. Next, it was time for the weapon workbench. Now originally I was going to try and merge a scrap box underneath it, but it just wasn't working at all, so I went with a little stash box and placed that down. But after thinking for a bit, I decided to try and merge a scrap box into this chemistry armor loadout situation, and it was sort of tricky to get everything perfect, but in the end this monstrosity now had 4 functional objects merged into it, and everything works, and it saved on a ton of space. Already with this build, I was definitely starting to feel like I was running out of space, and we still had a good amount of stuff to put in there. So moving on, for the water purifier, I decided to go with the water cooler. It's super small and it just fits in here right next to the shelf stash box. And then it was time to try and figure out the power. Now I thought that this would be super easy in that I would just throw a windmill up on top and call it a day, but the windmill looked super weird. It made the treehouse look really tall and almost as if it was supporting way too much weight, so I had to resort to using a solar panel down below with a power connector underneath. It doesn't look the best, but I don't really think it looks bad either. From here, once I learned that I could place some items underneath, I started to put up some cage bulb lights and some streamers for some color. Now sadly you can't really place much on the branches. I was really hoping to hang some stuff off them, but pretty much everything has to go directly underneath the treehouse. Next up, I decorated the outside of the building a bit and put up some railings so that I would stop falling off, and then I just kept filling up the inside with whatever else I could. When I got to the vendor, I decided to use the little cash register, and I was just going to place it on a shelf or something like that, but then I felt like it might be kind of hard to find, so I ended up building a little vendor area down at the bottom of the stairs, so that way people could see it right when they spawned in. As I was getting close to the end, I noticed that I forgot one pretty big thing: the cooking station. Now most of them are a good size, and I did already have the place completely filled up, and if I started taking things out and rearranging, it would be almost impossible to get things back to normal. So I decided that the best move would be to take out the weapon workbench and then replace the stash box underneath with a cooking station, because we did already have another stash box inside with those shelves, and luckily after that was done, I didn't really have any issues getting things back to normal. And now with the cooking station placed, the build was finally done. So let's do a quick tour. So starting on the outside at the bottom of the stairs, we have our vendor. It's this little Nuka-Cola cash register, and I love using these for these small camp builds. Going up the stairs, we have the main entrance, and here I just placed a ton of wall decor around the building to try and give it some more color. But then moving inside, we have a ton of stuff going on. So getting started, over on the left we have the new ammo storage box, a water purifier scrap box, armor workbench, special loadout machine, chemistry workbench, and the Slocum's Joe coffee machine. Then we do also have the new Nuka-Cola display full of Nuka-Cola Quantum. Then over there on the left we do have a stash box, the armor workbench, and the cooking station, and then tons of wall decor and floor decor. Then of course lastly we do have the bed and the Tinkerer's workbench. So in the end, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I was able to fit pretty much everything that I need in this build, and even some extras like the Slocum's Joe coffee machine and the Nuka-Cola display. It was a really fun challenge, and I think I might use this camp for a while. And if you would like to know how to merge, a few weeks ago I did make a beginner's guide to merging video that I will have linked down below. In that video I go over the same pressure plate merge that I used in this video and cover some other merging tricks. But that is pretty much going to be it for this one, so I would like to say thank you for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I would like to give a massive thank you to all of the channel members: Mizader, Robert Kennard, CRM114, Theodore, Slappy Sauce, Esdeath93, King Kittens, Omniprotus, Terry Lockridge, Dalton Murphy, Victrix, Argent Deer, Shaky Hands Workshop, Axel, Kevin W, Anna S, Fallout McFly, Network Gate, Gulty, Wandering Wastelander, Lanthar, Captain Awesome, Citizen Girl, Heather Henderson, Patrick Ruda, 23 Icefire, Jay Smith, Bowser Double Frank, Digital Aardvark, Christy Mellon Schwitz. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys, and have a great day.